did against Renegades. I honestly don't know if that even matters. So as we jump into our 3v3, our last one of the day, I'm excited to watch this one unfold and am curious if 0-1 can go and play some of their rivals in that upper bracket. Either way, first 10 seconds, Dignitas on offense.
And of course, the winner of this will move on to play Falcons. So if we do get a double MENA upper bracket final, it would only be fitting given the ending of the spring split and the ending of the spring major as well. But for Dignitas,
also makes everybody in that wild card fear.
Yeah, dude, oh my goodness. Of all the ways for this to go, I think it would be huge for 0-1 to prove that obviously they're here for a reason. Great shot from AppJack. He's able to find the connection. And Dignitas already find themselves on the board.
Yeah, this is a great passing play between Jack and Jorias. Jack actually rotating back towards his own side, just lofts it up high on the sidewall. And Jorias able to get right back to it and play downfield. But we're going to have a temporary pause. And hopefully that goal doesn't get taken away. Or if it does, there's a reason for it. Either way, we'll try to keep you guys informed of what's going on. But as of right now, it's going to be a temp. So first look, first 35 seconds. It seems like the pacing is Dinner Complexity lowers and Twisted Minds G2 lowers. We've got Endpoint and Space Station, as you guys saw earlier today on this stream, with Team Secret and Heat and lowers, along with Anka and Rogue. And then in Group C, the one that I was really paying attention to, that FaZe F16 game, F16 3-1 over FaZe. FaZe has dropped to the lowers. They'll be playing Pirates.
F16 about it, because when Rocket League first launched, I of course was playing it, but the biggest thing that caught my eye was the RLCS, and it's amazing that the esport is as big as it is in the community, because oftentimes that's not the case. But back into this series, finally we're ready to go. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. Already Dignitas with a 1-0 lead. They scored before 2 resets ago, and they will get back into it. Let's see if they can make it a second.
Yeah, it came off of a really good back pass that went to the side wall from Jack to Jorias. Jorias blasted it downfield to Jack for a redirect. So it is going to stand, as it looks like things have become shored up. Is Jack going to pre-jump in the midfield, grabs the boost and played to the side wall. A lot of aggression and a demo. Should be able to get back in time. No, it's going to be Mawson. Plays it over the top. All tied up for 0-1. A ton of pressure and paired with the demo.
Just missed it. Apparently Jack just whiffed by. And I think he was trying to wait for Mazen to cut into the lane, but it just never came. And Mazen takes advantage.
So just like that, tied back up, game is neutralized. Scrub showcasing some of his own mechanics, able to delay and force a 50 as it plays into the corner. Big touch high and stayed the wait. So should be a clear in the midfield and a shot cut off, and that's something that's gonna be really important for 0-1. If these shots keep coming through, you got to find a way to challenge it in the midfield, because expect Dignitas to go for just about everything. As you see Jack again there, an outlet pass goes right to Jorias. He's got his one-on-one. It's a flick top right. Whether he scores it or Jack, doesn't matter. That duo is going to be in your nightmares.
That's a great setup as well from AppJack. And not only does this get it on a back pass to Jorias, who catches it, but he falls back into the play, has enough boost to be able to meet it towards the upper 90 and secure the goal. And that's the danger of Dig, right? Like once they get kind of a fault Turk shot towards the lower post, they're going to be right back to secure the possession and set themselves up once more. They don't give up on these plays. The battle of the second and third touch is ridiculous, just like that pinch was. Still alive. Center it again. Apparently Jack sending it high to the left bar. Now trying to find Jorias back out on the wing, and he will back pass it to Scrub.
Everybody getting involved in this team, whether it's intentional or not, ends up just working its way down the chain. As it's a clear in midfield, should be a redirect. And again, Dignitas working the field. This is a lot more passing plays than what we're used to with them. It used to be a lot of solo individual efforts, but when you've got that much space to work with, why not?
Yeah. Look, the individualism is going to come through the creases. It's going to happen when the game starts to break down on the goal line, and you need someone to make that kind of heroic movement to set up a goal, like what we see teams like BDS and Queso and G2 do. The meta of Rocket League is, yes, individualism and mechanics matter, there's no question, but the best teams in the world are the ones that know how to pass correctly to one another, and they've always done that. It's been a highlight this entire season for some of the best teams, and that's what Dig has started to work on, is just being able to trust one another and find those inner lanes. And finally it's working, because they have enough mechanics to beat essentially anybody if they're playing their best, but it just came down to the teamwork.
Well, so far so good. And again, sometimes it's not the direct passes, but it's what comes after it. You know, efforts from Scrubkilla and everybody else. Jorias leads the initial charge, denies boost in the corner, rotates out. Scrub comes in for a challenge, and then eventually it falls into the lap. So well done by Dignitas. A lot of pressure, and was curious on how they were going to respond back after that initial goal from 0-1. And turns out they've got 3 more of their own. So why not make it 4?
Good demo, great recovery. And as soon as Scrub picks up this demo, he just parks the bus. He knows that Joris is going for the challenge, and that's just trust all the way through. That is the type of style that Dignitas have been working to find for 3 months. Finally, it happens. Like, that is the danger of this team. That's very reminiscent of Oski and Atau when they would get demos upfield and they would just immediately stop and wait for a pass. It's a beautiful thing.
Again, the evolution of this game comes so quickly, especially with whether it be a bubble team or otherwise getting exposed to that high-level play. But only 1 tournament left in the RLCS this year, and it's the World Championship, which Dignitas will be at. So we talk about a $2 million prize pool. Why not back-to-back $2 million? So going to be a whole lot of cash going into some Rocket League players' pockets in the next month. Must be nice to be really, really, really good at a video game.
It must be nice to be Falcons or Moist or anybody else.
Okay. All right,
Scrub's feeling himself. Love to see it.
That's just a great touch.
There's the individual.
All the times the backboard meta. Why not off the ceiling use that the same way? Good fake underneath.
That's the individualism right there. When the game breaks down, no one has a clear possession, and it's up to you to make the play. He does it. It's not taking anything away from what 0-1 have done because, like, unfortunately, they haven't done much because they haven't been allowed to. But it's not like they're playing a bad game here. They're just getting outclassed completely on the offensive side of the ball, and that is just credit to Dig.
Yeah, Dig's playing this extremely well. Not only are they challenging everything really readily, but the other side of it is they're working the field. The biggest thing that you want to pay attention to right now to Dignitas is just watch where they position on the field. While it may be supportive and kind of in a single file line behind each other, it's when they start to break down field that it really spreads out.
Yep.
And it's what allows them to kind of have that heads up play. Not only is it the trust that you mentioned, right? The ability to, hey, I got a demo, I'm going to sit here and wait for this play. But the faith that the teammates behind him is going to be able to back him up. And if it does end up working out, which it has so far, hence the 6-1 lead, you've got someone you can just dish it to on the other side of the field. And that spreading thin of 0-1 while playing fast and trying to challenge everything is never going to be able to catch up to a bullet pass downfield.
Yeah, they're playing for the next play. They're not just playing for the possession they have. They're not playing to force the defense to break down. It's wherever they are, they make the most out of that opportunity. If they're downfield and a demo happens, great. If they're downfield and it's a little bit congested, but they have a chance to potentially swing it through the corner, great. Wherever Dignitas find themselves, they are going to potentially set up a system of continuous assaults on offense. And right now it's a Brazil. See if it gets any worse. But yeah, it's been a quality game 1 win. If we were wondering what the threes would look like from Dig, I don't think we have questions anymore. And this was a brutal game 1 for 0-1. Maybe the best thing, though, is that they just got nothing going. So you just kind of shake it off, go next, go into 1s or 2s. But the danger is with the way the Dignitas... I mean, what more do you want if you're a Dignitas fan? Let's be honest here. Now, on the other side, Zizonix and Mazen versus apparently Jack and Jorius. This is the matchup we expected. Scrub was like, look, just carry me through everything else. I'll get you through 3s. And he basically did it. And now you have arguably one of the most dangerous groups of 2 in the world to go against if you're 0-1 Esports.
Yeah, these 2 seem to have the same brain when they play. I don't know what it is, how they always know exactly where the other one is, whether it be passes or otherwise. They just seem to always be on the same page. So, again, here's to see if 0-1 can disrupt it. They did a really good job, obviously, in their previous series, but a different circumstance here. As Jack and Jorius, kind of a famous duo at this point. As it's played in the corner, toss up high. Now sweep on through, and Zanai should be able to get to this one early. He's going to do a self pass and off the backboard. Of course, Jorius is up almost immediately. Constant pressure, going to slow this one down with minimal boost. And it's just one after another. That's a great save, but again, all the pressure in the world trying to sweep through and get a demo. Need to be careful how much they exert, as it could be punished. Good recovery, though.
It almost feels like we're waiting for Dignitas to kind of figure out in the first minute, okay, how are we going to approach this? Like, what are we giving? What are we taking? What are we seeing on the defensive side that we can kind of manipulate? And then after that, they're just going to be off to the races. Now, granted, we have been impressed with what 0-1 have been able to do in terms of mid-series adjustments so far today. If they can continue that, this is a brand new ballgame. But as of now, they would love an opening goal, and they finally do get it. So that's a nice way to break the ice and break the stigma that Dignitas have just been outplaying you, as quickly they find themselves something.
Yeah, again, a lot of it is kind of almost over-aggression from Dignitas. There's been a lot of chasing for a demo. They're trying to open up opportunities and force some stuff. When I honestly think they could just settle in. I think based upon the control that they've had, they could probably eventually just whittle out this team and deny their boost. But as of right now, it's becoming a little bit telegraphed. A pass in the infield, 0-1's just sitting there waiting for it. They're going to intercept and punish.
I mean, Jorius made this about as easy to read as possible. Like, where else are you going to go with this ball? Apparently, Jack was ready for it, and heads up play by Mazin, who immediately cut down the play and get it towards the net. And that's the thing, right? Like, you have so many different weapons you can use if you're Dig, but for 0-1, you know what's coming. You know what they're going to try to do from the sidewall. If you make those reads, you will be successful.
Well passed down this time. Should be a good shot, and it's slotted bottom right.
We're talking.
Well done. And again, the difference here is they're catching the team off guard. You have one who's already up and challenging rather than both sitting in defense waiting. Because there's one on that sidewall, he's able to play it across, and the other one has to rotate back into a position to try to make a save. But at that point, you're given all the freedom. So again, different circumstance, even though it's a similar pass. Good early challenge.
I think I only saw one commit from Dig on the kickoff. So that meant I think it was Jorius who went to the sidewall to be able to challenge it immediately if it was an aerial, which it ended up being. So it did help the chances, but still the pressure maintains. Great extra 50. Oh my God, that one bounces around. It's still alive. And Jorius will kick it back out. I thought we might see a secure there from 0-1, but didn't want to overextend themselves.
That's the right idea here from Dignitas. Not sure if he meant to miss that touch, but as soon as this player went to turn on the side of 0-1, and yeah, it does look completely intentional. You're leaving a one-on-one situation, and you know Jack and Jorius are communicating immediately, whether it be a bump demo or just to take it. Go the safe route, time back up halfway through game 2. Trying to put themselves at match point while 0-1's trying to neutralize.
You can't give him that much space. Not only does Dig have all of the boost in the world right now, and this is probably going to help him, but you can't give Dignitas that much space to find one another or make that decision, because the more you guess, the more wrong you're going to be. And it's been those quick cuts into the lane that have helped 0-1 so far, not only in this series, but in this game alone. Because right now, they're just fighting for possession, but it's quickly taken aback by Jorius, who will give it away. And kick downfield, Appjack ready for it. Looking for Jorius, won't find it, but, you know, stalling the offense. 0-1 gonna have to try again. Quick shot from Jorius.
Oh my goodness.
He literally took a massive hammer to the smallest nail and blew this house up.
Again, it's just such a good find.
Oh my God.
Perfect placement on that shot too. Gets around it with power. What a play by Dignitas. It looked like a rough start, completely neutralized, and then some. As they go straight to the net, trying to go underneath. It's not going to be there. Jack on target. And I think he's trying to read the additional touch, but the fake may have stopped him in the tracks. Let's take a look.
Got a shot and skirt. Yeah, I don't know if he was a little bit blindsided by the quick pause, but maybe he was expecting a challenge. Either way, it's rough.
If I had to guess, they went on the side wall, so they just had to dodge across. They couldn't like delay the flip or anything.
Yeah,
because the control was gone. But good double demo attempt, and it's just a perfect flick in. What a response!
I love this. This is so good. Good catch, stabilization, quick flip, right over Appjack. And we talked about that in twos. Trelly and I about how important it is just to get over the first defender. If you can't, you're not going to have a good time. In this situation, though, wasting no time just to get it over apparently Jack. They'll find a demo off the kickoff. Can they play this into a potential goal? There's a bump with Jorius, and apparently Jack now is fighting for his life in the corner, and he will escape.
Oh, no way. That's so unfortunate for the 0-1 team. Again, they played into the corner off of that play. And it's like, okay, we've got possession, we've got pressure. He's in an awkward situation. I denied his boost. They still recover, and then it doesn't even matter. The player just takes it as honestly a poor flick, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, when you got a player like apparently Jack or Jorius, and you're like, you can say like, oh, that's a poor touch. They're gonna make it a good touch. Like they're gonna find a way. It's rough. It's got to be tough to defend against. You got no boost, but Zazonix has all of it. Very quiet demo game. We've only seen like maybe 2 in this 2s match. However, the series currently 1-0 for Dig. If they take this, which at the moment they seem primed to, they will go up 2-0. There's another demo. And that just means we're going back to
call it out, man.
And this is where Jorius becomes an absolute nuisance. And he knows it. He knows there's not a lot of time left. There's another demo at midfield. You're keeping 0-1 from getting boost. You're giving AppJack all the time in the world to kill this ball. Even if you stall out and win at 50, there's nowhere to clear it. Jorius is being a bully, and he knows it.
Yeah, a lot of it is also the trust and the capability on your teammate. Because of all that time that they can buy, the player in back who has possession of the ball is just basically dancing around it. There's no intention to play this downfield until they absolutely have to.
Yeah.
While the other person, in this case, Jorius, just goes around like a monkey, takes a bunch of boost, goes for demos. And at this point, they're just playing keep away. There's no intention to really do anything with this. Obviously, they turn it into a team pitch and it kills the other way, but no, that's just want to see. Come on. All right, the gameplay is more important than threes, but that one was slotted top right. It was
disgusting.
Perfect.
Absolutely gross. Absolutely disgusting.
I swear production is just out here to bamboozle me.
They're like, listen, like Dig's ready. They just want to get this series over with. Oh my goodness! If Jorius scores that,
no, you're good. In production, you're totally fine. We're just having a good time with you guys. Don't worry.
Listen, we're as dumbfounded at this performance right now as I know that it's been a fast series, and this has felt like one of the faster series of the day. It hasn't drawn out. Dig have been here. They've claimed what they wanted, and they're keeping it going. My God.
Oh, you aren't even gonna see it. Turns gets a demo.
Bro. What is this?
Scrub hits a flip reset and turns into a double touch by Jack.
Water. Like, take a nap. Ever get hit with a pool noodle? This thing's hurts. It hurts.
It's a pool noodle.
Those big long noodles in the pool.
Yeah, I know what a pool noodle is.
Yeah.
I was born in the 90s. Like,
yeah, big long pool noodle. Dude, I'm telling you, it hurts. AppJack just smacked him with it.
Not very nice.
No. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm losing it, man. I'm losing it, man. If this doesn't go in, I'm gonna cry. Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Do it. You said you would. Don't lie to the people at home.
I'm trying to muster it, but it's been a long day.
He's trying to like force out a tear right now. I can hear it. Jokes aside, Dignitas feeling pretty dang solid. Not able to get a goal on that one, but it's the threat. One player after another, clean rotations, and a lot of pressure. Right idea by Jack there. It looked like he wanted to clear, but he recognized, hey, there's 2 people back as a double touch opportunity. Not going to land. And good defense so far from 0-1, but a ton of offense from Dignitas. But Jack's touch, he ended up playing that back one. There was 2 people on the back wall, so instead of just forcing it, gonna wait for that opportune moment, and that seems to be the play for Dignitas. They don't feel like concerned or pressured like we have to score. It feels very, like you said, in their element. They're not, I don't know, it just feels comfortable almost.
Yeah, they'll take what they're given and they'll make the most of it. Like it's they're not having to work overtime. They're not overthinking the game. They're just in their element. They're on cruise control right now. They're just in the zone.
Yeah, we've seen in the past where a lot of teams, if they can't score off of a bunch of attempts, like we just saw Dignitas shoot a bunch, they end up getting a bit overzealous and they force it. But it doesn't seem like Dignitas is doing that. They're like, yep, we'll get it next time. No big deal. Just keep denying boost. We'll get it in rotation eventually. And some look better than others. And eventually this one does go in. But again, nobody's playing perfect. I think that's the nice thing for 0-1. There's still plenty of time to come back into this before they drop to the lower bracket.
Without question.
249 is a lot of time. But the first thing that starts is a lot of these challenges are coming in for free. Nobody's up meeting Dignitas from the positioning of like net and out. It's coming from the side. So credit to Dignitas on getting to these as quick as possible and trying to force these the way that they are. But again, they're just getting beat to the ball. The pace of Dignitas is insane.
Yeah, 0-1 are having to chase just everything. And that's, again, it's not a negative. It's credit to Dignitas' pace of play and the caliber of Rocket League Dignitas are playing. Like, you got Scrub Killer hitting like double resets. You got AppJack immediately getting midfield boost, and Jorius on a interesting counter swing on a back pass, just trying to find his own teammates. Like, whatever breaks down at Dig or for Dig at midfield, they're immediately like, yeah, like you said, like, oh, that was dangerous. They're immediately like, good save. Hold on, I'll finish that thought in a moment. Get that back out. It's still alive. Okay, finally, Zazonix will make it 3-1. Dude, I don't even care what I was going to say anymore. That was cool.
Again, that's the kind of pressure that they need to bring. This is what we saw 0-1 do against Renegades, where they were the ones controlling the pace. And I guess that's the best way to summarize it, is so far Dignitas has really had everything go in their favor. We talk about being in autopilot and cruise control. The boost controls are always there. Everything that they swing through on the rotation has been easy. And 0-1 trying to find a way to change that up. We got the first taste of it here. A lot of pressure, good shots, but it's broken out by Dignitas as they played it into the corner. Trying to chase and find a demo. Clear into the midfield, met by Scrub, slows it down. It's going to be a backwards touch, popped up, and nobody in net. Just kidding, two able to get back in time.
I like these challenges off the back wall now for 0-1. Like, they're taking the ball immediately downfield and forcing Dignitas to have to come make a 50. Even though it's dangerous, good recovery from Jorius. Hello, still alive? Good shot, good save.
What a save.
Nice job by 0-1. They're taking these challenges right up the gut and forcing Dignitas to make a play.
A lot of teams do get intimidated by that level of pressure and that pace. Is this bump almost catches Scrub off guard, but he's able to recover in time. But instead, they're stepping up to it. A lot of teams just kind of fall apart at 0-1, making that quick adjustment, able to get a goal out of it, and still, you're seeing how much more neutral the game is compared to what it was, getting a lot more pressure, as well as applying a bit more disruption. As the slow place in the midfield, 150. Probably going to slow it down. They do. As they deny corner boost, a big touch from Scrub, but potential shot, no, cut off, but it doesn't matter. Jorius all the way back as he plays it to the sky again, has a secondary touch, and at this point, just delaying it even more so. This is something that we saw them do at the tail end of twos, where it's not even that they're toying with their food, they're just being smart with time management. They don't need to force these challenges. They're the ones that are up, so by just staying behind it and forcing a couple touches, another 15 seconds goes on by, Spaceman.
And at this point, I think it's done. I mean, granted, you score a goal here, I shut up, but it's going to take a goal. You're going to have to put something on the board just to stop the bleeding that has continued. And I think with 10 seconds, Dignitas have done everything just to kill the clock. That was a 3-0. I mean, that was a whole 3-0, and it was not close. At times in the end, it was a little bit better. There's a couple demos, but GG's all around. Apparently, Jack looked phenomenal. Jorius looked comfortable, and